Hi, welcome to my channel, Silver Moonlight Tarot. This week's video is the weekly tarot video. If you're new to pick a card, then you just need to focus on which pile you feel most drawn to. You can pause the video while you focus on that, and I'll just go through that. That's pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3. And then when you've chosen your pile, you can scroll down to the timestamps and choose the appropriate group. So when you're ready, we'll get started. Okay, so this is pile 1, chosen the owl. Let's see what we've got for you this week. We have got the 8 of Cups in reverse, the World card, and the 7 of Wands also in reverse this week. Okay, group 1. So this week you are in two minds whether you want to walk away from something that you feel is no longer serving you. 8 of Cups, when it's in the upright position, is normally you've decided to walk away from something because in some shape or form it's not worked out how you thought it would. Your idea of what it would be hasn't lived up to its expectations. The fact that it's in reverse says to me that you haven't completely made up your mind whether you want to walk away from it or whether you want to hang on in there and see if it gets better. Only you can make that choice. So this week you need to be asking yourself, what is the likelihood of it improving, and how much longer can you devote your time and energy to whatever it is, be it a relationship, work, project, whatever, where you're deliberating this decision. You need to ask yourself how much longer you're prepared to give it. The fact that we've got the World card, which is normally a lovely positive card, and it's the last card in the deck of tarot, so it's coming to completion, so it's bringing everything together, coming to completion and fruition before you move on to a next phase. So the fact that it's next to the 8 of Cups reversed makes me want to say to you that perhaps you need to reflect on what you've achieved from this situation and take time to reflect and see the pros and the cons and what you've achieved and perhaps what you haven't achieved, to bring it all together to help you decide whether you stay or whether you go, whether you let it go. Because as something ends, there's always a new beginning. That's what, you know, the saying, one door shuts, another door opens. And that's what I want to say to you this week. If you feel that it is time to let it go, this world's saying that's okay, then that makes way for something new. You know, when you let go of something in your life, it allows room for something new to come in. And we've got the 7 of Wands also reversed, so that says that I don't think you're being helped by a decision, because a lot of people are kind of having their input and their say on the situation, and that's draining your energies, and you're feeling quite drained by it all, that you just want to, you know, give it all up, and you can't be doing it anymore. It's just weighing you down. So I think you need to not listen to the other people around you and just listen to yourself and trust your intuition. Cups are the emotional side, they're a water side, so it's, you know, it is using your intuition in this as well, and you will know what's right for you. But I'm not going to say either way what you should be doing. I would just say that you will make that decision, but perhaps stop listening to people around you, because that's not helping you make the right decision. Maybe you're asking too many people. Sometimes you ask too many people, it just confuses you that little bit more. So I would say don't ask anybody else now. You just weigh it up yourself, whether you're willing to put any more effort into the situation. Is it going to work out, or do you think, do you know what, I'm flogging a dead horse here, I think it's time to move on? And if that's the case, then the world is saying, do you know what, that's okay, because that makes way for something new. So this week I have chosen to use the Wisdom of Oracle cards, and your card that I have chosen is a change in the wind. So okay, so I do feel that you are feeling that there is a change in the air, so that would say to me that you're leaning more towards change. Let's move that down so you can actually see the card. and that perhaps you are going to ultimately move on and let it go, or you're going to have to change things a fair bit in order for it to work. Either way, there is a change coming in. So, and the best way to deal with this change is just to be flexible and see where it takes you. Nothing is black and white in life. Life is all about change, and whether you're reluctant to make this change because you're comfortable where you are, or you don't particularly like changing, you're used to things being where they are, and you've done this for a long time, but change is all part and parcel of life. We're changing every day, you know. We set off a baby and we change into adulthood, old person, and eventually we're no longer here and we've changed into something completely different. So don't fear the change. Change is a part of life, and if that's what's holding you back and stopping you from doing that, then don't let it, you know. Just embrace change and see where it takes you. But change is definitely on the horizon for you guys. So, and remember, if you make no decision, that's still a decision, and the universe has a way of taking that out of your hands then, and it'll force your hand. So I feel like either way, you have to make a choice, whether you tweak things and change things in order for it to work, or you choose to walk away. But ultimately, the choice is yours. But I would strongly suggest that perhaps you stop listening to the many voices around you that are just confusing your ability to think even more. Okay, so I hope this helps for you this week, Group 1. If it does, let me know in the comments down below. Please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button, and that's great. Have a great week, and I will speak to you next week. Take care. Bye. Okay, Group 2, let's see what we've got for you. So this week you have got the Six of Swords, the Three of Wands, and the Three of Cups. 2 threes. So creativity going on there. Okay, so this week, Six of Swords. So things have been feeling a little bit tough for you of late. The Six of Swords is saying that things are going to calm down a little bit, and you should start to be seeing that light at the end of the tunnel, and should be able to see a change in circumstances. You'll take with you the lessons that you've learned from these recent difficulties, but that's all part of your soul growth. But you will take them with you, but you will start to feel like, yes, you can see that glimmer of light coming in. For some of you, it might mean that you're actually traveling. Depends where you live in the world at the moment, at the time of this reading, because not many of us can go very far. But I feel that it's just an indication that you will finally start to see that light at the end of the tunnel, that things are going to move more in your favour. And the next card is the Three of Wands, and that is showing that you will then be able to plan your next steps as to where you want to head in life. You've already had some small success here, even though you've had some difficulties perhaps getting there. But you will now be able to put in plan, or feel that you're able to put in plan an action of to where you feel that you want to head to next. And this week there's going to be some cause for some celebrations. So that could just simply mean that you're able to meet up with someone, whichever way you're allowed to meet up with someone at the moment. But there is going to be some cause for celebration this week, so that's really nice. So you've been having some difficulties, you'll start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's going to allow you to plan how you want to move your next step and what you want to do, and there is going to be some cause for celebration. The Three of Cups is a nice card. It's usually friends gathering. I know we're not allowed to gather at the moment, but you might be doing this over Zoom or whatever in that, but there is going to be some cause for a celebration this week, which is a lovely card to have if you've been having difficulties. And this is a nice one as well. And this week I've chosen the Wisdom of Oracle cards to use, and we've got the card Blessed. So that's just reinforcing this Three of Cups. So often when this Blessed card comes out, actually this is a gift from the universe, and something, a nice surprise gift from the universe, and not something that you're expecting to come in. So there is going to, so that's going to cause, you know, to put a smile on your face. But it's also reminding you to be grateful for the things that you do have. So despite the difficulties that you've recently gone through, and that, just be grateful for the things that you do have in life, and for the things that have worked out so far, and the things that you have got, and focus on those while you rebuild and look to your future, and plan your next course of action. But something nice is coming in. I want to say towards the end of next week, actually, as it's the last card. Something nice is coming in that's going to cause you to celebrate. So that's a great pile this week for you, Group 2. I hope that resonates with you, and I hope that helps. Please give my channel a like and hit the subscribe button. Have a fantastic week, and I will speak to you next week. Take care. Bye. Okay, Group 3, let's see what we've got for you. So this week we have got the Ace of Swords. We have got the Star in reverse. And we have got the Hanged Man. Okay, so this week, Group 3, I feel that you are going to need to pull on your inner strength a little bit this week with the Ace of Swords. But that card is always triumph over adversity. So whatever you're feeling this week, you will pull through, but you need to pull on that inner strength, and use your clarity of vision. So keep your clear thinking, try and keep your emotions out of it. The Ace of Swords is in more about the head space and the mental space. So logical thinking will help you solve any issues this week, rather than letting your emotions get involved and take over. So more rational thinking, because with the Star, I feel like you've lost a little bit of hope in life, and there might be some curveballs thrown at you this week that's just going to cause you to think, well, you know, losing faith and hope in what's going on around you. Quite often when this card is reversed like this, you're having a little bit of a test going on at the moment. So the universe is testing you, and testing your faith, and testing your hope. This card is saying, actually, you've got the strength to get through this. You can get through this. You just got to believe that you can get through this, and the faith that, you know, you have been given everything that you need to deal with what life throws at you. Life is always throwing curveballs. That is part of life. It's ups and downs. It's not always going to be smooth. So it's about how you deal with it. And this card is asking you to deal with it with your rational, logical mind this time, in order to overcome whatever life is thrown at you. I don't know whether you're feeling a bit of despair with your work at the moment this week, whether you're feeling like it's not really serving you anymore, and you want a change, but you don't really know what you want. It's just not there anymore. So I think some of you might be feeling that this week. And if that's the case, and this card is saying, I think it's time to take a little bit of time out and have a think what you do want. So have a think what it is that you do want. And with the Hanged Man this week, you may feel like everything is up in the air, and you're not really moving forward. Hangman is all about perspective. So he's actually hanging by his feet. So he's still able to move, and he's still looking, but he's viewing things in a different way. And I think in order for you to re-find your hope and re-find your faith, you perhaps need to take a step back and have a look at things, and have a look at your situation from a different perspective, to see how you want to tackle it, or whether you want a complete change. That's what that card is asking you to do this week. But yeah, you might feel a little bit in limbo this week while this inner turmoil is going on within you. Yeah, a lot of questions to ask yourself this week about what it is that you want to do, where it is that you want to go. But, you know, any obstacles that come your way this week, just know that you do have that strength to overcome them. Just don't let those emotions throw you off track. When emotions get too heavily involved in decisions, it usually means you're off centre. So you're not likely to make them on sensible choices. So this week it's asking you not to use your emotions. So the oracle cards that I've chosen this week are from the Wisdom of Oracle, and your card is a leg up. Okay, so with whatever's going on around you this week, this card is saying, do you know what, it's okay to ask for help. You might need to ask for some help this week, be it a mentor or just someone that can help you out with whatever situation has been thrown at you that's throwing you off course. It's okay to ask for help. You don't have to try and do this on your own this week. We're all part of society, and society works best when we're working together, and that's what this card is reminding you this week, to work together. So find someone that you can turn to that perhaps has gone through what you're being thrown up this week, that can help you and guide you as to the best way forward. So I hope that helps you this week, Group 3. If it does and it resonates with you, then please give me a like and hit the subscribe button, and feel free to leave some comments in the comments down below. Have a fantastic week, and I will speak to you next week. Take care. Bye.